Mr. Hovit, you have put so much effort in solving the crisis in the process of negotiation. Has the authorities shown some flexibility and willingness in these efforts?
There's been no doubt over the years that there have been huge efforts within the country for the reform processes. We know the difficulties, we know the obstacles, but the issue now isn't simply about flexibility in relation to European accession generally across the board. It's about flexibility in a political crisis, which I have to say is jeopardising the risk of progress, and that's why I've used my meetings with political leaders this week to explore options, not to pretend that those of us from outside can solve the problems, but to be a good influence. And I hope what I've said in public today sends the right message that might just help them to do it.
Our Prime Minister, he made a statement that Macedonia may lose its recommendations because of the opposition. Can that be real?
Look, I don't want to predict that things will get worse, but the fact that I've had to say today that my own report to the European Parliament may have to be postponed because of the crisis, a report that everyone knows makes constructive criticism of the country but is favourable to this country's accession hopes, and was and is a chance to send a message to the European Commission for their recommendations in April, to the European Council for their decision by June, which is a positive one for the country, that opportunity may be lost by postponing my own report, and that sends a very clear message that what is happening here is affecting what is happening outside and is jeopardising progress for this country towards the European Union, and it is only responsible for me to say that.
Can the opposition somehow contribute with negativity in these recommendations of these negotiations?
I'm really not interested in trying to put blame on one party or another. I support the proposal for a commission of inquiry, and I think I shouldn't be prejudging what that inquiry comes up with. But I have said that the events of the 24th of December, the perception of them outside is one that questions the democratic legitimacy in this country, but that the European Parliament will never support electoral boycotts in this country or any other.
So, having in mind that tomorrow expires the time for official lists of the oppositions, what is the possible solution for it?
What I've said is that with the deadline tomorrow, the possibilities even in the days that follow for a requisite majority in Parliament to amend the regulations, that these are not technical issues. It is an issue of political will, and my message today is that if the parties can find the political will, this dispute can still be solved.
One more last question. What will the consequences be if the crisis is not solved?
I do fear that the crisis is jeopardising huge progress that we have made in Brussels, and people have to understand that the decision to recommend, as the European Commissioner did, that the name issue be resolved after the start of talks in the early stages rather than before, the decision of the European Council not just to note the report of the Commission and to leave it on one side, but to ask for a new recommendation and to say, oh, there will be a positive decision for a positive report. These are huge breakthroughs. Next year there will be European Parliament elections, there will be a new European Commission. People here shouldn't believe that things are going to stay the same in Brussels. There is a historic opportunity still in June, and what happens here in the next few days could affect what is determined in Brussels for some years to come.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hovit.
Thank you.